Lately I've been kind of thinking a lot about fame and success and stuff like that. I think everybody reaches a point where they start to wonder if they're doing enough, if they're adequate, and what really they're all doing it for. And I don't know. I think everybody, maybe in their teens, maybe even further into their life, I don't know, starts to think that maybe they're not good enough, and maybe there is no purpose to everything. And you know, I don't know, some people may never go looking for it. Lately, I've been looking into a bunch of life advice tips, like how to get ahead and how to make more money, how to have a more meaningful day, and stuff like that. And sometimes those type videos, those motivational type videos, they'll pick you up and make you feel a little bit better for a minute, and it doesn't always last. You know, you might start chasing, start grinding hard if that's what the video tells you to do. You might start like pretending to be happy or whatever if that's what the advisor tells you to do. But something is always missing. It's never perfect. Anyway, after kind of reaching a crashing point with these advice videos and everything, I opened up my Bible. Might be the best thing you can possibly do if you're feeling a little down or actually looking for some real life advice. This thing's been around far longer than YouTube, far longer than any speaker who's out there, and it's far wiser than any of them. It has far more to say. So I read one book in the New Testament, 1 Peter. There's plenty of books to choose from, and anyway, I picked 1 Peter because that's where my bookmark happened to be sitting, and it was just a real delight. The reason I'm making this video is just kind of to advise anyone out there who sees it not to look for meaning and value in other places, not to try to find some man to give you some advice, because he's just not going to do it adequately unless his advice is based on the right thing. So yeah, I do believe in the Bible and its authority. So I just wanted to share what I read just a moment ago and how I was moved by it. So bear with me as I try to maneuver this Bible while holding a phone to my face. First thing I saw in 1 Peter in chapter 1 here is actually a reference to the Old Testament, but it really spoke to me more than a lot of these motivational videos. It said, all flesh is like grass, and all glory like a flower of the grass. The grass withers and the flower drops off, but the word of the Lord endures forever. So that kind of shows me nothing we really accomplish here is worth much. Now, I don't want to interpret the Bible here. I don't want to like speak like I'm preaching on it. I just want to say these verses I found really encouraged me, and hopefully if anybody's out there kind of looking for some guidance or advice, they can kind of encourage you, and maybe you can hopefully pick up your Bible and read it a little bit too, and have it speak to you. But I really like that verse because I get a little caught up on what I need to accomplish and the empire I need to build for myself and the name I need to make for myself. And it's nice to be reminded that it amounts to nothing, because you and I, we will all die. But that's okay. It's not bad. It's nothing scary. And that's the thunder going on. That's just the power going on right now. It's heavy rain right now. But you and I will both go away someday. Hopefully to a better place. But everything we'll accomplish on earth on our own to build our own name will just amount to nothing. It's eventually it amounts to nothing for our own glory. As we die, as the grass withers, the flower drops off, so the glory falls away shortly after. So that made me realize, okay, maybe I'm chasing after the wrong thing, and it says the word of the Lord endures forever. So important to keep in mind. There is something eternal that you can kind of cling to. The next thing I saw that really gave me some more encouragement, that was better than all the gurus out there giving me advice on YouTube. It says, for the one who wants to love life and see good days must keep his tongue from evil and his lips from speaking deceit, and he must turn away from evil and do good. He must seek peace and pursue it, because the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are open to their requests. But the face of the Lord is against those who do evil. So really issuing the importance of doing good and not evil. That's we all have a general understanding of good and evil, and it's definitely important to follow that, more so than it is to gain fame or money, or to have people admire you, to feel special in that way. You are special, but perhaps not because of what you've built or because of what you've done for yourself or anything like that. So I'm just reading these verses because they're kind of almost contradictions to a lot of the general life advice stuff you hear, and they actually work. It's actually something here. It's actually substantial. The last verse or couple of verses I saw were kind of inspirational to me, and I hope they can inspire you. I get worried about if I'm doing enough, if I'm working enough, and like what I'm working for, stuff like that. And we're all given gifts, and I really like this set of verses here, so I hope you get something from it too. It says, based on the gift they have received, everyone should use it to serve others as good managers of the varied grace of God. If anyone speaks, this speech should be like the oracles of God. If anyone serves, this service should be from the strength God provides, so that everything God may be glorified through Jesus Christ. To him belong the glory and the power forever and ever. Amen. So, just what I got out of that, and I kind of butchered it while I was reading it, but we've all been given gifts, and we can either use them to try to build ourselves up and try to seek something out for ourselves, and I'm telling you, we're gonna come up empty. Or we can use it for the glory of God. We can use what He gave us as managers of what He gave us, as opposed to what makes us special. We kind of take the gift and say, "Oh, I'm a good speaker," or, I'm a good athlete, or I'm a good whatever. But God gave it to you, so we don't give Him enough praise for that stuff. Anyway, I hope that was somewhat encouraging to any of you guys kind of looking for advice. If that's what you're doing, you might have just come across this because you were already subscribed to the channel. But pick up your Bible whenever. Really, really take the time to read it. It could make a huge difference for you. And when you read it, it may be a little confusing, but just take it slow and really try to understand it. Remember, just be good in all you do. Thank you for watching.